Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your 2022 Oakland mayoral candidate. Today I'm going to talk about something that's I don't talk about very often. It's sports. And it's kind of interesting, the topic I'm going to talk about today, which is about the Oakland A's. And here we are. We're coming down to the end of the baseball season. A's are competing for a playoff spot here in the upcoming series push. And so what we've been seeing across the board is low attendance with the Oakland A's in their final run for a wild card spot and possibly going to the World Series. So this makes 4 years in a row that the A's have been reasonably competitive and they've made it to the playoffs, but only to be quickly eliminated in the past. And so could that be a factor in the low attendance? Or could it be the Howard Terminal issue that's going on and the dissatisfaction with Oaklanders and Oakland supporters supporting the team? And we're seeing for next year, ticket prices are going up. One of the things that I heard this morning in terms of ticket prices was for the bleacher section out in center field area, right field, left field areas, the bleachers. And so they're talking about season tickets at $850 for the season. Oh my God, that I could not imagine paying that much money for bleacher seats. I'm sure that there's a lot of folks that enjoy those seats, but I'm not one of them. In fact, I have not attended an Oakland A's game since the 1987 season. My family held seats and tickets at the Coliseum for the Oakland A's since 1968. And it was an event in 1987 through the A's organization that caused a lot of people to not renew their season ticket seats. And we were one of those. We were part of an entire section that complained to the Oakland A's. And so it goes back to when the Oakland A's hosted the 1987 season All-Star game here. So that's where it goes back to. And since that season, my family has not set foot back into another A's baseball game. So I'm not a big supporter of the Oakland A's. I was at one time, but right now we're seeing a team that has been mostly disgruntled for the whole time that they've been here. And they want a new stadium. They're unreasonable because what they're asking for, we got that done in San Francisco with former AT&T Park, which is now Cisco Field, to revitalize a section of San Francisco, which essentially was already dead. There was, it needed revitalizing, and so creating the ballpark there at 3rd in San Francisco, 3rd Street in San Francisco, was a big benefit, and it made it a very unique park in the sense that there was a lot of access, but it revitalized a section of San Francisco which essentially had very little to no business. It had pretty much died out. In that area used to be Allen Meats. If you remember the slaughterhouse of the day, there would be an area where you would see cattle going out and then truckloads of packaged meats leaving on the other end of the building back in the day. So it really needed revitalizing. Here in Oakland, it's a different situation because the terminals are separated. by a road and a bridge. And so these creates log jams and bottlenecks for ingress and egress of any ballpark. And so it makes it a very difficult situation there. And so what I'm getting at is possibly Oakland fans are just tired of the Oakland A's. They're tired of Dave Kaval and what he's been trying to do. Oakland could be very tired of the lack of transparency on Oakland A's. Oakland residents could be a little perturbed with the lack of community involvement by the Oakland A's organization and doing something for the community. So that's where things, I'm kind of looking at that people are kind of tired and burned out of the A's. And I know that there's a lot of Oakland A's fans that are going to say, no, we're not tired of them. But here's the facts. We're in this is the fourth season where the A's have a good position and possibly a shot at the World Series. It's been a long time, and we have new ownership, but also with the battles that have been going on for over 2 years now over Howard Terminal, I think folks are just saying, we've got enough issues here in Oakland. We have some of the highest homeless counts here in the city of Oakland. We have runaway pricing of housing. There's literally no affordable housing in Oakland. So people are cash strapped. We're also seeing a decrease in families. We have high crime, and even if you put a new ballpark out in Howard Terminal, the crime's just going to move from East Oakland to the Jack London area. And so that's not going to change it. And so you can't use, there's less crime in this area. Well, for right now. But then once you reestablish everything, and then you start having a high pool of people in the area that are concentrated. Now that you have that going, then obviously crime is going to follow. So could people be voting with their wallets right now, saying, we're not going to support the A's in their quest for a World Series title here in Oakland? I don't know. Like I said, I don't normally speak on sports issues. Normally, I can only speak on my position in terms of sports. But people could be voting no for the future of Oakland A's at Howard Terminal right now. Thanks for joining me today. Something to think about. We'll be right back.